Hello, welcome to the Membership Recruitment and Marketing Workshop. I'm Jennifer Ebert, the Vice President at Large with Phi Theta Kappa and Alpha Gamma Pi chapter from Austin Community College. Today, we plan to play a little game of Kahoot to start things off. For those who may not know, Kahoot's a little learning game of trivia format. Your presentation team has made a little Phi Theta Kappa Kahoot to start things off. On my screen, you'll see the trivia questions and answers to each of the questions as we run through the Kahoot. You'll need to see my screen as we zoom through the questions in order to be able to answer them correctly. So play on your phone, play on a separate screen, whatever you need to do to be able to participate in the game. On your screen, you're going to see the answer choice that you think is right. Just choose the right one and let's have some fun with it. The link to the website and the pin are both up on the screen.
So anyone that'd like to play, go ahead and log into the Kahoot now. We'd love some participation so we can go through this game a little quickly and get to the presentation that we have for you. And if anyone needs help, please let us know.
I like being on camera.
Not while I'm doing this.
And just a friendly reminder that when you're coming in, please make sure that you mute yourself so there's no feedback in the background. Thank you so much. Ooh, we're gonna have a good game of Kahoot here. We got a lot of people logging in. I'm excited. We'll give about 2 more minutes for people to log in, and then we're going to go ahead and just start the game for the sake of time. So go ahead and get logged in now and reach out in the chat or out loud if you need any assistance getting in. I feel so special. We got the regional coordinator on. We got the associate regional coordinator on. We got a fellow RO that just jumped in. Hey, Ashley.
Should be a real good game then.
Ashley, you gonna join us on Kahoot?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. We're gonna get started in 1 minute, so make sure you get logged in before the game starts.
All right, are we ready to play?
We have one last question in the chat. I think we're waiting. Ryan, are you trying to log in now? Okay, we're gonna give Ryan a few more seconds to get into the game. Once we see Ryan's name pop up, let's go ahead and get going. And thanks again, everyone, for joining us. We really appreciate you coming to our workshop. We also appreciate your patience while we get this game going. We just thought it would be a great way to start off, and it looks like we're ready to go. Take it on, Jen.
Awesome. There's Ryan. Let's start the game then.
For those of you that can't see the screen, what year was Phi Theta Kappa founded? And you have four options: 1988, 1918, 1819, or 1842. Select the color or shape that corresponds with the answer. Oh, yes. And our regional president, of course, is on top as usual. Chapters that have an acceptance rate of what % or above are considered reach chapters? Is it 5, is it 10, 15, or 20?
Oh, and looks like we've got a few different answers on that one. Let's see here. It was 15%. And Ashley's in the lead. Go, Ashley.
Hey, Jen, the little arrow beside the one that says stop video at the bottom of your screen, can you do the video settings and share your sound? It's all right. Let's not hold up the game. Uh-oh, look who's on top.
Oh, Mary, I apologize about the sound, guys. I'm not sure why I can't find that right now. Let's move on. What percentage of chapters in the Texas region were considered a reach chapter in 2020? 93%, 72%, 84%, or 98%?
That's a big 93% for the Texas region. Way to go, us.
Mary's still on top. Go, Mary. The next question, what is the nota bene? A play, a term that means to succeed, a Latin-based magazine, or a literary competition that recognizes outstanding writers of PTK? Make your choice. Looks like Amber's taking the lead now, and Ashley's coming up behind her. Which development course focuses on soft skills and career planning? Is it the transfer edge, competitive edge, employment edge, or research edge? Answers coming in quick. It is the competitive edge.
I think that question was a little tricky.
And Amber's still holding up top. Next one. What was the induction count for the Texas region in 2020? Oh, the 10,081, 15,396, 14,405, or 12,844? It was 12,844. Amber's still up top. Come on, guys. Somebody's got to get up there. The next one, where can you find information about transfer opportunities, career planning, and scholarships? PTK Edge, the library, PTK Connect, or ptk.org? That was a little bit of a trick question there. That had two answers, and it is PTK Connect and ptk.org. Oh, and I hope I say your name right.
Anna with those lightning fingers.
Alrighty. Which program combines academic research, problem solving, and action-oriented service to address real-world challenges? Honors in Action, College Project, Competitive Edge, or PTK Connect? And the correct answer is Honors in Action. Good job. Everybody got it right. I would hope.
That is because we are all scholars.
Oh, and look at that. Still holding up top. But it's close.
Anna better watch out. Amber's coming.
One more. The induction count for the Texas region in 2020 the induction count for the Texas region increased in 2020 from previous years. True or false? The answer to that is false.
Unfortunately.
And the winners are Mary with number 3, Amber, number 2. And the winner is this Anna? Okay, Anna is the winner. Good job, Anna. Runners up, Regina and Megan. Excellent. Thanks for playing, everybody.
Way to go, everyone. Thank you so much for playing. And we're going to go ahead and get going with the presentation now. And you definitely win bragging rights with this because this is recording and everyone's going to see it on YouTube. So there you go. That's your prize. I'm going to go ahead and share the presentation now. One moment. All right, so we have presenters from both Alpha Gamma Pi and Eta Beta here today. Jen, go ahead and take it away.
So each of our presenters is going to give a brief testimony first about their experience to better personalize our presentation. And I'm going to start with mine. So I actually started college back many, many years ago in 2002. So thinking about it, next year will be almost 20 years on and off. And my whole career, I've actually been a non-traditional learner. I've been distance only. I am a mom of 4. I work full time. So in almost every sense, I am the non-traditional student. So I never really had that opportunity to be on campus and build a sense of community with my peers. And also because of never going on campus, I missed out on so many opportunities, PTK being one of them. I never even knew what PTK was until summer of last year when I finally received an email notification. Still a bit skeptical at first, kind of brushed it off. Then I got this postcard. Right there on the postcard had all this information, had names, dates, and one word to me just kept jumping out, and that was the word fellowship. That's something I never really had. So I was kind of hesitant, came to the orientation, and was very overwhelmed at first, to be honest. And all I thought to myself was, there's no way. There's no way I can do this. I can work. I can be a mom. I can take care of my kids. And I can do school and this. But kept thinking to myself, what do I have to lose, honestly? And so I dove in head first, jumped right in into as much as I could. And not only did I find that sense of belonging that I had been searching for so many years, I have developed myself personally, academically, and I've just made some lifelong friendships. And really, all of it came down to making the decision to say yes to that acceptance, to finally join Phi Theta Kappa. And definitely, this is the best decision of my academic career, and one that I continue to look forward to the journey. Thank you guys for listening. And now we're going to hear from Brandy.
All right. Hey, everyone. I am Brandy. I am the District 5 VP. I'm also treasurer for the Alpha Gamma Pi chapter. And in regard to my recruitment story, basically, just as anyone else in my chapter, we have a set standard. We get an email, we get a postcard afterward, we have some orientations, and that's kind of the process. But what really caught my attention was this yellow postcard in the mail. I got an email, but I was a little skeptical. I think we're just trained these days to maybe, kind of be skeptical of emails that come in. And even if they look like they're from a domain that's trustworthy, we're taught to just be skeptical to begin with. So when I got that, I was like, I don't know. And being a non-traditional student, I didn't really have the time, to kind of try and get involved with an organization that I didn't know if it was going to actually benefit me or be worth my time. And so when I got the postcard, it's bright yellow. We send it out in the snail mail, as we call it. And it's just open. It's a postcard. So, I'm reading it on the way back to my house from the mailbox. And I'm like, I don't know, this sounds familiar. It sounds just like the email I got. And then I went back and I actually searched through my email and found that email. And it said Mary Coles, and it had her email address on both of these things. And I'm like, what is the likelihood that this is a scam? Like, if I'm getting something in the mail that reiterates this. So that's kind of what sold me on, maybe I should just look into this and see, what kind of organization this is and what is it that I can benefit from. And so I went and to one of the orientations that they provided. And I was just blown away. I just felt so at home. There was so much information. They provided a lot of valuable resource. They gave me a handbook that literally spelled everything in life out for me. There were officers there that were just super helpful. Everyone was really anxious to answer questions. There was just so much excitement in the air. And that's when I decided, this is something I want to be a part of. I'm coming back to school after more years than I would like to admit that I came back. And, so having that camaraderie, was super important to me. I felt like it was just something that I needed to help me be successful. And so I jumped right on in. I did my first semester and did over 130 participation hours. I was involved in, I don't know how many different committees. I did some of everything. I was super excited. And then the next semester I became an officer, and here I am as your District 5 VP. And that's kind of my induction story. So I really appreciate you for listening. And Aaliyah, I'd love to hear what your experience is.
Thank you, Brandy, for sharing your experience. That was an amazing journey that you had to find and get through Phi Theta Kappa. So for me, I first found out about Phi Theta Kappa through a flyer on a bulletin board on one of Austin Community College's campuses. I was fresh into college, right out of high school. And I was super anxious about my college academic experience, especially with transferring. And I wanted to find something to enhance my college experience and enhance my academic experience. So when I first saw the flyer for Phi Theta Kappa, I was definitely a little skeptical of it. So I went home and I did some research and I was like, okay, this sounds really like a really great experience, but how credible and promising is it? So I went to my ACC school advisor next. And I just brought it up casually as like a afterthought, like, oh, hey, I saw something on a flyer that said Phi Theta Kappa is an honor society at ACC. What's that about? And my advisor told me, yeah, that is Alpha Gamma Pi, ACC's chapter for Phi Theta Kappa. And yes, it's credible, it's real. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. What really attracted me about Phi Theta Kappa were its 4 hallmarks for service, leadership, fellowship, and scholarship. As a high school student who just entered college without much guidance from many peers around me, I was really nervous and looking for something that could maybe help me out. And Phi Theta Kappa really seemed like it was it. Then I got an email from our chapter's advisor, Mary Coles, and a matching gold postcard with, again, her name and all of her information on it. And I was like, okay, I think I'll check this out. I'll look into it a little bit. And I attended my new member orientation, and I was just wowed by the amount of information and the amount of opportunities that they really told us about. And it was more than just, oh, here's some information and here's what you can do. It was really a community. And when I joined Phi Theta Kappa, I really got this sense of belonging that I didn't really feel before being at college and doing everything independently. So joining Phi Theta Kappa and ACC's chapter, making it one of my goals to join when I found out about Phi Theta Kappa before I knew I was eligible, was something that really inspired me to keep going, to meet my goal, and to be able to find out more and involve myself in all of those opportunities that Phi Theta Kappa listed and promised. And I never, ever thought that I would be able to achieve a leadership position, which is something that I was super interested in, but as a shy high school student, really unsure about. But now I sit here as an honors and action officer, which before 2 semesters ago, I would have never even dreamed of, not even in my wildest dreams. So I am more than thrilled that I was able to find out about Phi Theta Kappa and join Phi Theta Kappa. It's really one of the best decisions that I made in my college career, I would say. So thank you all for listening to my experience. And let's hear from Mia next.
Hi, my name is Mia Reyes. I'm president of the Eta Beta chapter at Southwest Texas Junior College. I was recruited as a dual credit student my sophomore year of high school, and I was recruited kind of in a different way. I was sent a letter in the mail saying what PTK was and all of the perks that came with it. At the time, a lot of my friends were members, so I thought, why not join? And I'm really happy about it because now I'm part of this amazing community where I'm able to take all of these opportunities and just really give myself amazing experiences that I wouldn't have had. A lot of my friends in high school are also members of Phi Theta Kappa, and they don't really take the opportunity to come to the meetings and to participate in the community work that we do. And I sometimes feel bad for them because PTK has just opened up so many doors for me, and it's just given me so much experience that I really enjoy. It can sometimes be overwhelming with all of what I do being a high school student, but overall I enjoy being president and being surrounded by a community of individuals who are academically driven just like I am. Thank you all for listening to my story, and now I'd love to hear from Jules and her story with Phi Theta Kappa.
Hey everyone, my name's Jules. I'm a member of Alpha Gamma Pi and I am the vice president of Northridge campus. I joined PTK last semester and this is my first time being an officer. Like many others, what caught my attention was that bright gold and yellow ticket that I got in the mail. And as I saw in the chat, and I think Randy might have mentioned, I got a lot of fake honor society like emails suggesting that I should join and pay a monthly fee, all these different things. So at first I was skeptical. I kind of thought it was fake or, I wasn't sure, like we're taught to feel that kind of way, but it had all the orientation dates in bold and Mary Coles' information on it, and it made it feel attainable. It made it feel like a real thing that I could grasp, unlike all the other emails I had received. It came to me in the mail. I felt so special, I don't receive that much mail, so and even more so growing up, I was the kind of student who never really was recognized for much, especially not my academic achievements. So being recognized by Phi Theta Kappa, I felt so seen for the first time in my life when I've grown up not really feeling that kind of way. It made me feel really special and accepted, and I hadn't even joined the society yet. Um, I found an environment surrounded by like-minded individuals looking for the same things and feeling the same things I did and that I continue to want. Um, People craving fellowship in such unprecedented times, craving opportunities to help people and help the world, and wanting to be a part of an organization that they feel accepted by. Um, yeah, that's pretty much all I have. But I took a leap of faith that day and I got so much more than I bargained for. And I encourage anybody who hasn't yet and anybody who continues to take that leap. Um, Thank you all so much for taking a moment to just be here and to hear us out. And now together we'll go over some methods that we think play a vital role in recruiting new members. And we'll wrap up today with a presentation we'll wrap up today with a Q&A session at the end of the presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jules. Your story is so inspirational, as are all the other panelists. Thanks for sharing. We're going to go ahead and get on into this presentation. And as you saw with the last Kahoot question is, is membership up or down? And it's down. And so the reality is that the numbers are down for our region. And, we've experienced many social disruptions that have directly influenced the shifts in needs, interest, and even expectations of our members over the last 1.5 to 2 years. And we really need to make sure we're acknowledging this and adjusting as needed to better accommodate our prospective members. And one of the most important things that I found is to make sure of whenever you're recruiting new members is to be available. Just make yourself available to answer questions or to help new members join. All your marketing will just be ineffective if the interested individuals that are wanting to join are unable to contact someone from your chapter. So make sure your chapter has an online presence where information can be easily found, and make sure someone's monitoring and responding in an appropriate amount of time. And today, what we're going to do is explain to you how you can improve membership recruitment in the areas of initial recruitment, social media, and community. And we're also going to go over some incentives to increase and retain members.
So improving membership for Phi Theta Kappa begins with our initial recruitment phase. Today, we will highlight 4 main areas in which your chapter could enhance your recruitment process and pique the interest of more prospective members. We realize needs have changed due to COVID. So with the impact of COVID in mind, we will accomplish this task of improving membership in our recruitment process through first, getting your chapter involved on campus. Secondly, making advisor contact information readily and clearly available. Third, sending eligible members emails and postcards. And last but not least, by providing new members with various orientation options. In order to induct more Phi Theta Kappa members, we first need to attract those potential members and make them aware of Phi Theta Kappa and your chapter in the first place. One great way to do this is to increase the visibility of your chapter by getting your current members involved with organizations on campus or in online events hosted by your campus. Involving your chapter's members with campus organizations could be done through partnering with them on fundraisers and service projects. Doing so also demonstrates Phi Theta Kappa's hallmarks for service, leadership, and fellowship in action. Your chapter's visibility on campus would create conversation about Phi Theta Kappa and help with spreading the word about your chapter to potential new members. When we've captured the attention of possible members, we want to make it as easy as possible for them to find information and answers to their questions and concerns. The last thing we'd want is for a potential member to miss out on an opportunity to join Phi Theta Kappa simply because they were unable to find some information they really needed or someone to answer their questions and concerns. To make finding answers about your chapter as easy and as accessible as possible, printing your chapter's advisors' names on websites, postcards, emails, and flyers will prove immensely helpful. Providing a name and a face of your chapter's advisors reassures prospective members that there is a real person behind this great society. So now that we've discussed some methods of attracting prospective members to your chapter and making them aware of Phi Theta Kappa, let's talk about how we can reach out to those who have met the requirements of being in Phi Theta Kappa. Once we have grasped the attention of eligible new members, we need to engage with them. Although we do encourage sending all eligible members an email, emails may be dismissed or receive skepticism since we get so many of them, and members may question the credibility of the email as well. To prevent members from missing out on the amazing opportunity that Phi Theta Kappa is, we also encourage sending out a postcard that is eye-catching with minimal necessary information, such as orientation dates and advisor contact information. We want to offer as many options as possible to accommodate potential members. To reflect this, our chapter offers multiple dates and times for new member orientations. If a member still cannot attend one of the preset orientation dates and times, they're able to reach out to an officer for a one-on-one orientation to complete this requirement and still be a part of Phi Theta Kappa.
Social media is an ever-growing tool that each chapter should be utilizing to market themselves to new recruitments. The 2 points we're going to cover today on how to use social media to market your chapters and the importance of appointing a public relations team. Presence on social media can allow organizations like Phi Theta Kappa to reach out to new members in ways that they may have never been able to. Some of the ways to do this include making weekly emails, text messages, and social media posts. These posts could showcase the Phi Theta Kappa community, public events, and opportunities offered to Phi Theta Kappa members. By making regular posts on social media platforms such as TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, we can better communicate to our online audience and encourage new members to join Phi Theta Kappa. Managing social media can be overwhelming, especially if one person is attempting to manage the social media page of a chapter. This is why it's important to have a public relations team that can help contribute to the post of a chapter. This expands the creative possibilities of the posts and also makes it so that the responsibilities are evenly distributed among the chapter. If it's not an option for your chapter to dedicate an entire team because of your size, you can block out designated times to create posts and schedules. Schedules could include posting things weekly or monthly or even daily if your chapter has the time. This is essential in order to avoid losing engagement with your members.
Okay, so as we all know, COVID has redefined how we socialize in today's world. Because of this, we'll provide some helpful tips to help promote fellowship within chapters and ways to expand our campus presence. Meeting and events are a huge chunk of how the community interacts, so making sure that they are as inclusive as possible is a main priority. Due to factors like geographical distribution of campuses and things out of our control, it is best to provide as many inclusive opportunities as possible. Also, offering a completely online platform such as Zoom or Google Meet appeals to a much wider audience than just in person would. Creating the events and meetings in a hybrid format maximizes the potential reach of new members. Even considering making a Discord would be a great idea for increasing communication among members. Having a platform accessible to everybody everywhere is absolutely one of the main keys to building a solid foundation for current and future members. Consider including a weekly online activity that members can participate in, such as games like Among Us, Scriblio, Trivia, Kahoot, etc. It is important to provide inclusive opportunities for fellowship, especially during such unprecedented times when everyone's craving interaction. Fellowship provides opportunities to create bonds and helps to create a more casual, safe, free-flowing environment while still building these important relationships. As mentioned before, it may be hard for people to find a meeting place that meets everybody's needs. So offering an online fellowship opportunity makes it that much more inclusive. Adding a day for your chapter, I'm sorry, my dog is barking. Adding a day for your chapter to rep their Phi Theta Kappa merchandise is perfect for marketing, promoting questions, and getting the conversation started about what Phi Theta Kappa is. Because of COVID, our in-person events are limited, but participating in social events as a chapter as much as we can help increase our Phi Theta Kappa visibility.
Okay, so tell me, who doesn't like incentives? Offer your chapter members the things they deserve. Encourage participation by using PTK swag to sweeten the deal. Recognize and reward members that go above and beyond, and have drawings at your meetings for member achievements and participation, or give out awards. Offer graduation regalia to instill confidence in your members. Use the resources provided to us by Phi Theta Kappa. Everything you need to increase PTK visibility and grow your chapter's membership can be found in the I Am PTK campaign materials online. We'll drop a link in the chat for you now. PTK social media materials provide us with various templates and resources to personalize and use directly on our platforms, such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And you guys can see we have our lovely Zoom backgrounds as well we are sporting right now. Sample social media posts are available for your benefit as well. Printable materials such as membership recruitment lists, posters, recruitment cards, stickers, table tents, flyers, and logos are also supplied through links that can be downloaded as a PDF or JPEG file in this section of the website.
I am a nurse, a caregiver, a firm believer that everyone deserves to get the most out of this life. I am a singer, an actor, a dancer, and a performer. I embrace the beauty in the world around me. I am a survivor. My name is Carol Comer. I am PTK.
Several
Sorry about that.
videos like this one are provided in the multimedia section of the website, and these can be used during new member orientations or general meetings just as motivation and inspiration. We also have this best practices list on the website that's going to guide you on everything from the point of having a prospective student to reminding you that recruitment is a year-long effort. It serves as an instruction that has been proven to work, so use it. When we asked our Alpha Gamma Pi Alumni Association president, Abby Franco, what she found most beneficial as a member of Phi Theta Kappa and what keeps her around as an alumna, this is what she had to say.
Hey y'all, I'm Abigail Franco, and I am the Alpha Gamma Pi Alumni President and current student at the Texas Tech University, Rackham. I was a part of the Alpha Gamma Pi chapter for 2 semesters, one of which I was an officer, before I became part of the alumni. Part of the reason why I joined Phi Theta Kappa was because of the academic recognition and scholarships that I could potentially receive. And as someone who does not come from a wealthy family, I really appreciated the fact that these scholarships were only given to PTK members. And I decided to go to my chapter's orientation, and I received so much more amazing information than just about potential scholarships I could receive. So I decided to join, and that was probably one of the best decisions I could have ever made, because I not only gained more academic recognitions, but I also gained quite a few different scholarships. And because I was a PTK member, I was able to put that on scholarship applications. And from my experience, some people like seeing that, and you are more likely to get scholarships by having that on that application. But that is not the only thing that I gained by becoming a member of PTK. I gained so many good friends, and the community of my chapter is amazing. Everyone is so kind and respectful to one another, and it gives a great space to network and talk with other students, especially since most of us come from different backgrounds. Some of us are non-traditional students, and it's just amazing to make those connections. I am still friends with all of those people today, and one of those people really encouraged me to become an officer and was actually the person to convince me to run for alumni president. And she is now on my alumni officer team. And it's people like that that you meet that make PTK amazing. And part of the reason that I am successful today is because I decided to become a Phi Theta Kappa member. And I decided to do all of the EDGE programs. I did leadership development studies, and the experience and skills that I gained from that really helped me become more successful, because I was able to put that on transfer applications, scholarship applications, and work resumes. And from my personal experience, that really intrigues people and makes them want to see you grow and become more successful. But all of these things made me really appreciate the people who created Phi Theta Kappa and who built upon this foundation and decided to give us access to all of these things. And so when people ask, oh, why are you an alumni? I want to be able to help these other students who want to become members and are thinking about it. I absolutely love telling them my experience and my standpoint, because sometimes people may be in the same spot that you were when you wanted to join. And so hearing your experience encourages them more, or they want to be where you are currently, and hearing your story and what you did, however small it was, encourages them and makes them think, if I become a part of this chapter, I can gain so much more than just having the label of Honor Society student. And yeah, sticking around as an alumni has been one of my favorite things. I've already been able to encourage so many different new members and even current members and give them advice, and it's been an amazing opportunity.
We'd like to give a special thanks to our advisors and fellow members who assisted in the creation of this presentation.
And now we'd like to open the floor for any questions that you may have for us that maybe we didn't get to cover in our presentation. Feel free to unmute your mic or drop it in the chat, either way. Okay, it looks like we have a question from Amber. And so Jules, why don't you go ahead and take this question? Given membership being down and COVID, how can we find potential new members?
So the way that at least our chapter recruits it is if you are within a certain GPA requirement, you receive an email, and that handy dandy little golden ticket that we all got is sent right to your address automatically. So any members who are at ACC and are qualified will receive an invitation, and all the orientation days, as I mentioned, are in bold on there, so they know when they can come.
Excellent. And just to add to that, I mean, finding potential new members, I know COVID, is kind of putting a damper on that, but I mean, we still have the capability of, accompanying the college admissions teams to local high schools when they visit. I mean, wearing your PTK shirt, handing out flyers, discussing benefits of membership. Those are all things that can still be done, as long as they're done at a socially distanced level, but it makes it a little bit more difficult. But thank you so much for the question. Let's take a look. These questions are coming on in. Lavada, thank you so much for joining. If you're still here, sorry I missed your message there. Let's go Texas region. All right. Alexis has a question. What is the best way to personalize an invite when you have too many members to send a postcard to? Jennifer, why don't you take that one on? You're the vice president of our chapter, and you've been around for a little while to see how we work that.
Well, definitely some of the things that we can do is putting posters and flyers out at the campuses, sending out the emails for sure, and absolutely 100% the postcard. Sorry, where's the question at?
So the question is, when you have too many members to send a postcard to, and Alexis, I don't know that we know the definition of too many members to send a postcard to, because we literally just sent out almost 6,000 postcards to our qualifying members at our college. So as far as we're concerned, I don't think there is too many people to send a postcard to, but thanks, Jen. That's a great idea to just, kind of advertise on campus as well. And that social media thing that we keep going back to, and having that online platform is going to be crucial. Next
just
question.
To add on to that, so sorry, Brandy.
No, sure.
Just to add on to that, like a lot of us have talked about, when we first received our postcard in the mail for Phi Theta Kappa, it was bright golden. So it was very, very noticeable. So even if you have many members to send something out to, making it something noticeable and eye-catching is something to ensure that people will take note of it.
I think you caught the part of the question that I didn't catch, Aaliyah. I think we make a great team. Thank you for catching that part of Alexis's great question. Thank you so much. Anna has a question. Our chapter recently started a Discord. How do you suggest encouraging members to become active on the Discord? And so, Aaliyah, do you want to take that question?
Sure, yeah. I know that many of us, I mean, when I came in from high school, I was already using Discord, but when we had our new member orientation, we talked about our Discord in our orientation, and we even had a pre-recorded how-to video for them. So making any instructional videos available for them would definitely help the process along for those of new members who haven't used Discord before or are struggling to get into it. it'll definitely be beneficial that way. And also just advertising the type of things that you would do on your Discord, any fellowship events or any sort of committees that are active on your Discord, just putting that out there and showing members what your Discord is like and what it is like to be on there might also get them interested and make them want to be on there.
I love that answer. Just making everyone aware of how to use it is probably the most important thing. Just giving them instructions and kind of hand-holding, to be honest with you. And that officer team being available to jump in and answer questions, and those, create channels that are designed. We have a channel called Ask the Officers, and we know if we see that channel lit up, one of us officers needs to get in there and answer that question just as quickly as possible.
And there's just there's so many different meetings and so many different and even within a smaller chapter, it's a great way to have one foundation for everyone to be on. So you can say everyone, there will be notifications in the Discord so they don't feel so alone or feel like they're just floating with no idea of what to do. It's something that they know that they can go to, that everyone else, at least a lot of people, will be on. They know that they can find fellowship there. As we mentioned before, there's almost always someone awake. There's a night owl. We have so many different kinds of people. So that if you have a question at different times of the day, there's someone there that can help you. And if not, we'll find someone who can.
And just last thing on Discord, we're big fans. If you can't tell, our chapter uses Discord all the time. But we also have a links and resources channel where we can link everything, our PTK calendar that has all the events, our handbook, which answers every question you could potentially have about our chapter, and any other things that we find relevant. I did want to jump over to a hand raise. Ashley, I see your hand up. I would like to get to your question.
Yeah, so I just had a question and a comment. So first of all, I did just want to say, I know times can be tough with COVID, but our chapter actually had an increase in membership recruitment last year. So I say this, so chapters struggling out there, just know there is hope and there are people who want to engage. And this semester, we're actually seeing an increase in engagement. So I think people really want to engage. So this is the time to really use these tactics. But my question for you guys was, y'all mentioned doing a social media posting schedule. How do you guys come up with this? Is there a schedule you'd want to share, or how exactly did y'all decide what schedule works the best?
So as far as the social media scheduling, what was intended to be said in that particular slide was that you can schedule posts in advance. So if you just have one person doing the scheduling, time block that time out and set the post to go out automatically by themselves. So that way, you already have that penciled in on your calendar, because we know, and I mean, come on, all of us in here have at least one planner, right? Maybe two, probably three, but just block that time off, just like it's a study block, like you would do for a test, or like you would do to complete an assignment, and just knock out as many of those posts as you can. And if you can do those in weekly or even monthly increments, that can save you a whole lot of time. And so we understand that not every chapter is as big as our chapter. We have a team. So we have a social media, a public relations officer. We also have co-chairs in that committee as well. So we have help there, but I understand that not all chapters have all that help. And so, just scheduling it out. Ashley, that's something that we can definitely discuss at a later time, and maybe come up with a template between the two of us. I'm sure we could think of something as far as an actual schedule, and get our PR people involved in that. We have people for that.
Yes, I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for your question. We have another question here.
Can I piggyback off of that question real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what website or app do y'all use to set those posts? Does that make sense what the question is?
To schedule the post to go out, you mean?
Yeah.
I think if you have an Instagram account that is a business account, that you can schedule posts to go out at certain times using the app.
You can also schedule Facebook posts.
And that doesn't work with a creator account?
I don't believe so. I've only heard of it working for business accounts. So
there's actually another app. I see Mary Linder put it in the chat. It's called Hootsuite. It'll let you pre-schedule your posts to go out on multiple different platforms with just that one app.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we use for the region because I am one person. And so I need help. So that's what I use to survive.
Thanks for the save, Professor Linda. We appreciate that. Our officer was not available today. So as you can see, we have a team for that and we don't know a lot about it.
I am the team for that at the regional level. So,
She's the whole team for us at the
Yeah.
regional level. We appreciate you. Looks like we have time for another question. Let's see here. Where did I leave off? Audrey has a question about how can we better ensure that our members return? How do we improve retention for our chapter? Jen, you want to take that question?
Absolutely. I would love to. So the more opportunities that members have to get involved, the better, through committees, events, projects. When members feel involved, they feel good about themselves and they really feel like that they're making a difference. And that makes them want to come back more. Have leadership opportunities available, officer positions, committee chairs, co-chairs. There's lots out there you can offer them that'll help them to become more involved, work collaboratively with their peers. Definitely offer as many events and that interest your members. Obviously, right now, in person is a little bit limited, but we've given you guys a lot of great virtual fellowship type events that will get your members involved and make them feel like they're really part of something. And take the time to really listen to your members, get feedback from them. Take advice, take notes, think about what they want, think about what they're asking. What are their interests? Let's really try to focus on the members themselves, and that will help to make them feel, again, more welcome, belong, more sense of a belonging, and they'll want to come back.
And to add on to what Jen said, I believe that, just getting feedback from your new members, your returning members, your alumni, things that they feel like could be improved from their experience, that's helpful information. That's going to help you going forward to, get some more information for your new prospective members, things that they felt that we did well, like continue to do those and, kind of hone in on those and make them even better. So thank you so much for that information, Jen. I think that was a great response. Ricky says, would it be possible to receive a copy of this PowerPoint? Absolutely, Ricky. I don't mind sharing this with you. Just email me at the email address that you see on the screen here, brandylewis@g.austincc.edu. I'll be happy to send that over to you. Let's see here. Next question. All right, Megan says, great presentation. Thank you. I was wondering if you have specific ideas, such as the golden ticket, genius, about other effective recruitment ideas. Also, is there a specific social media platform you have found to be better than others to reach most people? Jules, do you feel comfortable taking on this question?
Yeah, I
Or
do.
one of the questions?
Yeah, I was gonna say. So for the beginning, definitely the golden ticket. Not even just that, just something in the mail that's eye-catching to get their attention. It doesn't need to be gold. That's just we just kind of made that our golden ticket.
Totally made that name up.
Yeah, no, we totally did. We just in our initial recruitment slide, what we really emphasized is like looking for those 4 hallmarks. There's fellowship, service, scholarship, and then hallmark. What was the last one? I'm sorry, you guys.
Leadership.
Leadership, of course. So the emphasis on those 4 hallmarks is what really catches a lot of students' eyes, because most likely they're looking for something within those 4 hallmarks. So really putting an emphasis and putting those words on a lot of things in big bold letters, maybe pictures, like pictures of people like doing things like students, we have a yearbook. So doing like putting pictures of things that we've done together and different community things that we've done can show students what they would actually be getting if they joined our society. So let me go ahead and add your extra question, and maybe someone else has something else to say. For social media platform, we found YouTube is a really good one. TikTok we're trying to get into. We're starting there's this mindfulness week in the end of October, and there's a TikTok viral day. So we're gonna try and create some videos for that. And I would just honestly, I would go with the times and see what works best for your group and see what they all like, and they know the best for them. There's not really one great platform. All of them have different advantages that another doesn't, but for communication, I would definitely say Discord 100%.
Yeah, I think that was a great answer, Jules. I was going to say something similar to that as far as, excuse me, a specific social media platform. There really isn't one, because as you can see, if you look around at your peers in your chapters, they're of all different walks of life. They're of all different ages. Like, different groups are going to use different things. Like, I noticed that the younger generation is more on TikTok and Instagram, and then the older generation is more on Facebook, and and there's a mixture of people in between that use all of them. So not to be stereotypical or anything, but just so there are so many different people in your chapter. You can't go wrong just by starting with even one of them. Just getting your presence online it can't hurt it. It'll just help it. And so if you're worried about what platform to start on one that you're comfortable with. Start on one that you can navigate easily. So that way, whenever you get the other parts down, you can move to something that you're not that familiar with. And at least part of it will be, already common knowledge that you have accrued. I hope that answers your question. And it is 5:01. I don't know, Professor Linder, are we still able to take questions?
If you have a couple more you want to answer, that's fine, but I do think we need to cut it off by about 10 after.
Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead to the next. Professor Jurgen says, I'm an adult education advisor at ACC. I'd like to suggest outreach to college prep, Ascender, and brass and other groups. Yeah, that's great. We want to work with other organizations. And so that's definitely something that we'd be open to. Professor Jurgens, did you have anything to add to that?
That I've been talking with Ann Fletcher, and we have some ideas, and we're going to explore those. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you guys both. And I'm so excited that both of you were here today. All right, let's see here. So Dianella says, most members are concerned with not knowing what's going on within the chapter. How often should we post on social media to keep everyone in the loop rather than just waiting for chapter meetings? Mia, why don't you take that one?
I think it's important to do it at least once a week, or at least the day of your meeting. You can maybe, if you're talking about like communication and communicating that you have a meeting, or just showing all of the fun stuff that you do, it really depends. But if you're talking about social media and communication, I would say maybe doing a post once a week, and then also doing one right before you have a meeting, in order for people to see it, and they'll say, oh, I have a meeting in 2 hours. Let me get ready. Let me prepare. And so I think that would probably be good.
I think that's a good idea. I mean, I'm the person that, okay, I want to know weeks in advance, but then I also want to know right before it happens, just in case I didn't get that on my calendar, or if something else came up and I overcommitted myself. So I think that extra reminder is definitely always a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Answer, Mia.
Thank you so much for answering my question.
Thank you for asking. We appreciate it. Ryan had to go. I think he's already gone by, Ryan. Professor Linder says, what happens when you have more than 3 planners? You run the region.
I was going to say, I think that means you're the top boss there.
Let's see here. Okay, so sweet. Megan says, how do you recommend balancing emails going out so that they are not overwhelming to members, getting 3 to 5 events, orientations, etc. per week, resulting in ignoring them? I'm our chapter's PR person and struggle with trying to create an effective schedule of posts and emails. If you have any suggestions, I'm totally with you. Like, I don't really like to I don't want to be bombarded with emails. I just want to get the right amount. And so I think, that's a difficult question. Is anyone of our panelists comfortable answering that question that would have a great answer for her? Because I'm in the same boat. I don't like to get too many emails, but I don't know what that exact sweet spot is.
I have one thing to add on. I'm not sure how well I would answer your question with this, but our social media member, which is Celia, she sends out a chat to all of the officers asking for any information that we want to put in a weekly newsletter. That way we can give her all of the information that we have, and just give it to her to get in one big email and send that out to all of our members. So that way there's not a bunch of little emails going out from multiple different people, multiple different committees. It's all in one place.
That's a great answer, actually. That's exactly spot on. So Celia does send everything. She puts it in our Discord, in our group chat, and she's like, hey, everybody get your stuff together. I need it by this time, this date. This newsletter is going out at this time, this date. And so we do a weekly newsletter. And then if there's anything that's kind of exciting or something that we definitely are trying to promote, we'll do a little extra here and there. But generally speaking, we try to keep communication to just once a week email wise, because we just have a Discord that's constantly going. So we don't feel the need to really send much more than that out, because they can just come and ask us anytime and we're all alerted at the same time. And I don't know if you've heard about Alpha Gamma Pi, but we have a 20 officer team. And so we're pretty much on top of all that stuff on a day-to-day basis. Let's see here. Lots of thank yous, lots of thank yous. You deserve so much credit and for your efforts. Awesome. All right, do your events get included in the weekly student life newsletter? Maybe asked to be on one of their podcasts or do Instagram live events like Student Money Management does. That's a great idea for any of the colleges that are logged in here. Get with the other organizations in your chapter and see about collaborating, spread the word that way. That's a great idea, Professor Juergens. Thank you so much for bringing that up. It looks like that's all the questions that we have for today. We really appreciate everyone for tuning in. We hope that you got some good information. I hope that if there's anything else that you need, you will reach out to us. All of our contact information is on the screen. Take a screenshot of it. Feel free to reach out at any time if you need anything from any of us. And if my co-panelists have any final words.
I just want to say thank you, everybody, for showing up and taking part of your day out to listen to us and to just be here and, again, participating. Thank you all so very much.
Yep, just to second what Jen said, thank you all for attending, and thank you so much for your kind words in the chat. We really love being here, able to share all of our information with you and to interact with you. Just thank you all.
And the awesome questions y'all all asked. I mean, seriously, some really good questions y'all had. I hope that we gave you some great answers, and I hope that y'all got a lot from our presentation that you can take with you at the end of the day.
And I, for one, would like to thank Eta Beta for collaborating with us. Mia, you were awesome. Thank you so much for all your input and your insight. We truly appreciated working with you, and we hope to collaborate again in the future.
Yes, I really enjoyed it. It was a very good experience that I did gain a lot from. So thank you.
It kind of felt like a fellowship, we were saying all the time we spent together putting this presentation together. Yeah. It was definitely a
inside jokes.
Fellowship.
Yeah.
Yes, we have inside jokes. And if you are on our social media or on our chapter's social media, you may or may not have seen Snoop Dogg helping us plan for this presentation. And now you're probably going to go look for that post. Awesome. Well, thanks so much. Thanks, Professor Coles, for being so available, even at the times when we weren't ready for you to be available. And thanks, Professor Linder, for putting this workshop on and kind of giving us the what we needed, the push we needed to collaborate with each other.
Thanks to everyone.
Absolutely. Thank y'all so much. Y'all did a fantastic job. I think there's a lot of great information here for chapters of all sizes to be able to adapt and incorporate. And so I wrote some notes down. I'm telling you, I'm always looking for new ideas. So I really appreciate it.
Excellent. Well, I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.